Our next speaker believes that it's not what we know, but what we don't know that derails us from what we desire. Erica Peng is a coach and consultant at Deep Stream Leadership and a faculty lecturer at the UC Berkeley Haas School of Business. Erica's approach to leadership development includes somatic approaches. She said to me earlier she doesn't do anything without the body. And research on emotions, neuroscience, interpersonal and group dynamics, and systems thinking. When she's not spending time with her beloved cat, Daniel, Erica may be salsa dancing in Cuba or fantasizing about her next kayaking adventure. Please welcome to the stage, Erica Peng.
About 3 years ago, I got an email from a student a few days after he took my class. Dear Erica, thank you. You are so much more than a coach and a professor. I really wish we could call you something like freedom fighter. I was stunned, and I felt tears well up in my eyes. It felt so true, and yet I had never realized it until he put words to it. And it forced me to think, what exactly is the freedom that I'm fighting for? I thought back to my own path and how the first 20 years of my life trained me to be an expert in disconnection. My parents are immigrants from Taiwan. I'm the oldest. And I was the only Chinese kid until middle school, growing up in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Being the only one who was different was super stressful. And the way I coped with that stress is I rejected everything about me that was Chinese. And I convinced myself that I was white and Jewish. And I was sad when I didn't get to have a bat mitzvah in 7th grade when all of my friends had one. So fast forward, and I arrive at Stanford for college. And everywhere I turn, people are celebrating me for being Asian. And they're inviting me to dumpling parties and to Tai Chi classes. And after a lifetime of avoiding being Chinese, those were the last things that I wanted to do. Why wasn't anybody inviting me to Friday Shabbat, which is where I wanted to be? So on the outside, I was a super achiever. And on the inside, I was completely lost and disconnected to who I was, like literally in my own skin. And this launched me into an early midlife crisis at 17. And 5 months after I arrived at Stanford, I dropped out. I turned blame, judgment, contempt towards myself for being such a failure. And it took me the next 20 years to figure out how to get myself out of that hole of disconnection and unfulfilled potential. And this is what I've realized, that connection and disconnection is all about the nervous system. So we are hardwired to connect with what's familiar. Familiar is safe. Do you look like me? Are we in the same tribe? We are also hardwired to feel threat from difference. So difference could be how we look. It could be difference of opinion. It could be different worldviews. Difference could be the way we leave the kitchen sink clean or not after a meal. Which sounds a little ridiculous, but this is what we get worked up about, and this is what we have conflict around. And isn't it happening between us all the time? If I feel fear and stress from your difference, in microseconds, my heart rate starts to increase, and my nervous system is preparing my body to fight and defend and protect me from potential pain and danger. And this is also what's going on between us all the time. We have no idea. Sometimes when I am so threatened by how different you are, I feel disgust and contempt. And contempt is when I believe that you have no value or worth and that I'm better than you. And when I believe this, I'm not as affected by you, and my heart rate goes down. So contempt is the nervous system strategy for lowering the heart rate when I feel stress and threat from difference. Contempt is running wild. It is in here. We feel it towards ourselves. It's in here. In moments of disagreement and conflict, we feel contempt for the people that we're most close with. And contempt from difference is out there. It's happening at our borders, where we separate families from each other and we put their children in cages. Contempt is the ultimate disconnection that enables us to mistreat each other and feel okay about it. We have to get a handle on our nervous system and our emotional reactivity. So what if there was a better way? What would that way be? Another way we lower our heart rate is curiosity. Curiosity enables us to turn towards threat, to explore the unknown, to take risks and be open and interested instead of shut down and defended. So can we turn towards threat with curiosity instead of contempt when we feel stress and threat from difference? When every cell of our body is screaming, no, fear that difference, protect and defend. The fact that I'm standing here, out of my hole, connected to the parts of myself that I hated, and able to be in connection with you, I am proof that yes, it's possible. We can do this. And it's not only possible, our individual and collective potential depend on it. And there is no quick fix. I know you want a quick fix. There's no quick fix. It takes a lifetime membership to the gym and a commitment to regular workouts, to train the nervous system, to build emotional resilience so that we can choose connection and curiosity in moments of reactivity. There is nothing glamorous about daily workouts, but this is what leadership looks like. And this is my path as a freedom fighter. And my deep desire is that you want to fight for this freedom with me. Thank you.